4 new fraud-related scams. It's something police say persons are using to get rich quick, something you should be looking out for. According to Assistant Superintendent of Police Michael Moxey, the unemployed could easily get suckered into this one.
But what we have found happening as of late is that persons would actually advertise in one of the dailies saying that they have a position for a handyman, some sort of live-in maid or something of that sort, position available. Persons, being knowing or unknowingly, would actually apply for these jobs. And in so doing, the person at the other end of the line would say to them that they have interests elsewhere, interests throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and that they're unable to actually be in a position to pay those persons unless they can have their bank account information. Now, the persons applying for the job will then in turn open up new accounts in some instances, or in other instances, give this person, whom they've never met, never seen, don't know if they're legitimate or not, the bank account information.
Now, according to Woman Detective Sergeant 2329 Deborah Thompson, the second con involves vehicles for sale.
Victims are contacting a number listed in the newspaper where they will speak to a male who will tell them that the vehicle that is in the papers is no longer available, but he is currently in the United States at the auction site, and there's a similar vehicle fitting the description of the vehicle that was in the article in his view. And if they are interested in purchasing that vehicle, he will prompt them to immediately deposit monies to an account. He would give them the account number, ask them to deposit the monies. Once they would have done that, all communication, contacts with this individual cease. They are unable to reach him after that point.
Corporal 226 Donovan Martin said in excess of $90,000 has been swindled from persons involved in yet another scam involving checks.
Members of the public are being approached by individuals and asked to supply their ATM cards along with their PIN numbers and personal information to persons. Once this information is given to that person, fraudulent checks are then generated and deposited to these persons' account. Once the check goes through the clearing, then the funds are withdrawn. We are admonishing bankers to pay close interest to those checks before processing them, as well as members of the public not to give out their ATM cards and their PIN numbers. They have to treat that information as sacred.
And then there's what police call skimming.
Skimming involves the theft of a cardholder's account information that is stored electronically from off the magnetic strip located on the back of the card. This information then can be transferred to a blank card. Skimming is typically an inside job involving a dishonest employee of a business establishment. A small electronic device known as a skimmer is used to store the credit card information. These devices can vary in size and appearances, and it happens at businesses where the culprit or employee has possession of your credit card and is out of your view.
ASP Moxey, who is in charge of commercial crime, strongly advises the public to be more vigilant when it comes to shelling out money in these hard economic times. In the case of businesses, well, he strongly urges employers to keep a keen eye out on employees. Officials say to date 40 people have faced fraud-related charges. From the Central Detective Unit and for JCN News, I'm Sasha Lightborn.